Welcome to day 3 of our 21-day Matomo cloud tour. In the past video we looked at the pages report, and in this video we're looking at entry pages. So these are the pages that they got at first when a visitor comes to our website. As with our other reports, we've got the thumbs up and thumbs down, whether we want Matomo to know whether this is a good report or not, and the archive time. So this is 1 hour and 15 minutes old. Gives us a quick breakdown of what the report is about. Further down in the report itself, we can see the folders and the pages that the visitors are coming to, and if we click on this segment report, we can see all the visits, their headed entry page within the diving subfolder. If we scroll right down to the bottom, we can add this as a segment to Matomo, so maybe all we ever want to see within a Matomo is data related to visitors with entry site for diving. We can paginate through the visits, we can change the amount of rows to see on the screen, and we can export this data offline if we want to process it in our own in-house software. Next to that, we have got the page performance report. Because all this data is all generated by fake visits, there won't be anything in here, but by all means start your own 21-day Matomo trial and you will see this data is actually populated, and it's a good tool for discovering where the bottlenecks might be in your web pages. Next to that, we've got the row evolution for this entry page. We can export this in other formats. I've got a video specifically about this exporting tool, so make sure you check that out just to get the full benefit from it. We can save this as an image, so if you wanted to share it with somebody else without giving them access to your Matomo, that's possible. We can annotate it, and we can change the period from day, week, month or year, and the amount of rows to display. Down the bottom we've got the metrics which we can apply to this graph, so we can just put bounces on there, so it just shows your bounces, the bounce rate, and the generation time will be 0, because this is, let's say, generated data. All those features are available in the demo. So we can see the entrances to this page, and we might want to compare this folder to another folder. So if we go down to, we can compare diving to travel, for example, and we can see that our diving is based on the, as we can see in the metrics anyway, there's several more entries or first page entries than travel does. Drilling down a bit further, we'll be able to see the most popular entry pages, and it is Bali. We have the transition report, which shows how visitors came here, and most of them were from, of course, search engines, and these are the pages that they went to, or the destinations they went to after visiting this entry page. With the page overlay report, so this page overlay report, this tool shows you the page, and then within the page all the clicks on all the buttons within the site. Because this is demo data, no one's actually clicked on the data on the buttons, so we don't have any data within the demo. But if you try your own trial, you'll see this feature does work. And if we look at the Matomo pages on page overlay, if we look at semantic log, we'll be able to see the visitors that entered with this Bali. And if we look over the left hand side of our acquisition, we can see they've all come from a search engine, mainly Google, so this one is performing well for us in Google searches. And we can see that all the first page interactions are all to do with diving in Bali. The page performance report, as I mentioned earlier, we won't see any data in there at the moment. And our row evolution, so similar to the folder view, we can have a look at the row evolution for this particular page, and we can compare it to another page like Indonesia, for example. We can see the entry performance of each of these pages in comparison, and aligning with the statistics, we can see that Bali has more entries, like quite a few compared to Indonesia. Down the bottom we've still got our other metrics we can use, like bounces, so we can see that Bali had more bounces, basically because there were more visits from Bali. If we look at the bounce rate, we can see they're quite comparable. And again, with this report, we can export it, we can save it as an image, we can annotate it, and we can change the period between day, week, month and year, and change the amount of rows. Scrolling down the bottom, we can change the amount of rows that are being displayed. We can paginate through all the results. We can search this data for a particular URL. We can export this report, we can change the visualization so we can include our goal metrics. So we can see of those entry pages which one has got the best conversions. At the moment obviously it's going to be checkout. We've also got insights, so we can see which pages are becoming more popular. So it looks like our guides are picking up more visits as entry pages. And then we can go back to display our simple table. So this is a great report for letting us know which pages are attracting customers to the site, and later on when we look at acquisitions we'll find out exactly how they're coming to the site. We can quickly have a look at the visits themselves and see that most of these people have been attracted via Google and search engines. There's not many, well, there aren't any. I can see direct entries, so it's definitely a search based page to get those visitors to visit the site. Next up we'll have a look at exit pages.